chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma khanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank you all for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today, Zoom call. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. Prior to that, may I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvindaksh Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindaksh Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago, Illinois. Nice to see you, Mataji, after a long time.
Yes, Mataji, it's been a while. Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Happy to see you, Mataji, after a long time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Yes, Mataji, it's been a while. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, always Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjari Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Very nice to see you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and Gauranga. My humble obeisances to all the devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shamagari Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamagari Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devidasi from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, I forgot to ask about the introduction. Who is going to read?
Are you able to read it, Mataji?
I will read Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. I will read Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Are there any other devotees who would like to? Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji on the call to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, slokas from 36 to 39. Yeah, before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Sundarangi Radha Mataji to give a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Mataji, please take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna dear devotees, please accept my pranams. So here is a brief introduction about today's speaker. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Sukumar Gaur Prabhu on our call today. Prabhuji was born in Maharashtra, India in 1980. Prabhuji brought up in a social background where spirituality was often questioned. Later, he developed a natural taste for inquiry into the mysteries of God's creation. Prabhuji has passed College of Engineering in Pune, Mechanical Engineering in 2003, and he came in touch with the devotees of International Society of Krishna Consciousness in 2003. Prabhuji found all his questions answered in the books of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji was a student of MBA Finance, and he studied Srila Prabhupada's books and became a sincere practitioner. He joined the NCDEX National Commodities and Derivatives Exchange Mumbai as assistant manager and worked for 3 years. Later, he took on a 2-year brahmachari training course in Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple, Mumbai, and was initiated into the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 2010. Prabhuji was in the youth preaching department and was in the seva of guiding the youth. He always wanted to share his joy of Krishna consciousness with the youth. So he gave up his job and decided to help the misguided youth by helping them understand the message of Bhagavad Gita. He joined ISKCON Chopati as a resident in 2009. Later, he was posted to ISKCON Nasik Temple. He is serving as a youth counselor in various colleges of Nasik. He conducts seminars on personality development topics in educational and corporate sectors. All glories to Prabhuji's all wonderful services. Here was the brief introduction about Prabhuji Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the introduction, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on this topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Whenever you're ready, please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, clear.
Yeah, thank you. So we will start with our Mangalacharan prayers and then we'll take to the shloka. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantika. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripri Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminata Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshunyavadi Paschatya Deshatare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, Text 36, 37, 38 and 39. So this is the chapter entitled Lord Shiva Saves the Universe by Drinking Poison. So this is text 36. Shri Shukavacha Tadviksha Vyasanam Tasam Kripaya Vrishra Sarvabhuta Surudeva Idam Aha Satim Priyam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Sukdev Goswami continued. Lord Shiva is always benevolent towards all living entities. When he saw that living entities were very much disturbed by the poison which was spreading everywhere, he was very compassionate. Thus he spoke to his eternal consort Sati as follows. Shri Shiva Uach Aho Bata Bhavanyeta Prajanam Pashya Vaishasam Shiroda Matanodbhuta Kalakutat Upastitam. Lord Shiva said, my dear Bhavani, just see how all these living entities have been placed in danger because of the poison produced from churning of the ocean of milk. Asam Braja Paripsunam Vidyayam Avayam Hime Etavan hi Prabhor Artho Yad Deen Paripalanam. It is my duty to give protection and safety to all living entities struggling for existence. Certainly, it is the duty of the master to protect his suffering dependents. Prane sway pranina panti sadhava kshanabangurah bangure baddhavaireshu bhuteshu mohiteshu atma mayaya. Translation. People in general, being bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are always engaged in animosity towards one another. But devotees, even at the risk of their own temporary lives, try to save them. Purport. This is the characteristics of a Vaishnava. Para dukkha dukkhi. A Vaishnava is always unhappy to see the conditioned souls unhappy. Otherwise, he would have no business teaching them how to become happy. In materialistic life, people must certainly engage in activities of animosity. Materialistic life is therefore compared to samsara dava nala, a blazing forest fire that automatically takes place. Lord Shiva and his followers in the Parampara system try to save people from this dangerous condition of materialistic life. This is the duty of devotees following the principles of Lord Shiva and belonging to the Rudra Sampradaya. There are four Vaishnava Sampradaya, and Rudra Sampradaya is one of them because Lord Shiva, Rudra, is the best of the Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Indeed, as we shall see, Lord Shiva drank all the poison for the benefit of the humanity. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all devotees for this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So grateful to all of you for being here this morning and allowing me to make a presentation on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, from text 36 to 39. We'll try and discuss in brief. I'll present whatever I could recollect from my previous hearings and reading. So this chapter in itself is a very powerful and very practical chapter for every sadhaka. So this chapter is entitled Lord Shiva Saves the Universe by Drinking Poison. So this chapter till now, just a brief summary. Now, Lord Shiva, before he starts drinking, so from 1 to 17, we see Lord Vishnu taking various roles in the Samudra Manthan. Then from 18 to 20, the halal poison comes out as the first product of the Manthan. Then we see 21 to 35, the demigods offering prayers to Lord Shiva because he has been given the service of drinking the poison. And this is the section where we are currently now. 36 to 40 is where Lord Shiva will seek permission of goddess Bhavani, his wife Parvati. And 41 to 47 will be the last section where the glories of Lord Shiva are presented in this section. So coming to today's shloka, 36 shloka. Tadviksha Vasanam Tasam. Now Lord Shiva, when he sees that the demigods are in great danger, not only the demigods, but all the jivas in this entire creation are suffering due to the halal poison. Kripaya Bhishra Pidita. Pidita is they are suffering, greatly suffering and aggrieved. Kripaya, and because of this suffering, this has created a feeling of compassion in the heart of Lord Shiva. Sarva Bhuta Surud, he is called as the friend of all living entities. Lord Shiva is called as Sarva Bhuta Surud. Surud means one who is very close to our hearts, one who is our eternal well-wisher. He is Lord Shiva. Idam aha satim priyam. And when he sees this condition, he is feeling deep compassion because he is friend of all living entities, and hence he is approaching his wife Sati, mm, and Priyam, very dear to him. He's saying something to her. Now, if we closely analyze this shloka, the word-to-word translation is very powerful, and it is excellent in terms of what words Srila Prabhupada has used here. So, the point to be noted here is, or to be reflected here, is that those demigods who are in charge of the various departments of the universal affair are now in great danger. What is the word that is used here is Vyasanam. Vyasanam means great danger. And who is saying this? Lord Shiva, Viksha. Viksha is observing. Brishra Pidita. Pidita means tormented to a great extent. Who are all these people? Not only the general mass, but the very first people who had close contact with this halal were the demigods. So people usually tend to offer more respect to these demigods rather than going to Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu. And here, these great rulers or the departmental heads of this material creation are now in great danger. Now, look at the event. It is event which is happening between the demigods and the demons. No, ordinary people have nothing to do with that because demigods and demons are not going to share the nectar that is coming out with the common mass. It is an exclusive private affair between the demigods and demons. Okay. But see, because of their fight, the ordinary man also has to deal with this poison issue. And this is the exact same point which Srila Prabhupada has brought out in the 35th shloka. Prabhupada is quoting Gita 7.20. Kamas taiste rita jnana prapadyante anya devata. Arjuna, Krishna is telling Arjuna that apart from me, anya, leaving me aside in everybody, the general mass will go to anya devata. Why? Because their mind is filled with material desires. So Prabhupada is pointing out this deep-rooted desire for material enjoyment. Now, demigods are not here for a higher purpose or to benefit the entire creation. No, it is an exclusive personal agenda. And what is the cost of this personal agenda? The entire creation has to suffer because of this halal now. Why? Because they want to enjoy, they want to get strength, they want to fight back, they want to get back their position, their wealth, their name, their fame, their power, their prestige. They themselves are suffering from this kama stasya rita jnana. Their own knowledge is deeply covered, and this is very clearly seen when we read this fourth canto of the Daksha Prajapati pastime. Now, Lord Shiva is meditating there in the assembly, and there is huge function that is happening there, and there is so much of so many events are flowing, and Lord Shiva is aloof from all this. And this is the exact thing that Lord Vishnu wanted, because he, as a very dear friend or the person whom Lord Shiva worships, he never wanted Lord Shiva to be amongst this kind of people. Why? Because the same thing, Kama is Sastya Rita Jnana. Their intelligence is already covered by this material desires. Rita Jnana, and their knowledge is absolutely taken away. They can't understand right wrong. And Lord Vishnu didn't want Lord Shiva to be amongst this, and that this is one of the purposes which is brought out in this Daksha event. So to keep Lord Shiva away from all these materially oriented people, also Lord Vishnu allowed him to enter Samadhi at a wrong time. See, sitting in a event where so many people are coming, and your father-in-law is who is a prominent personality who is conducting the yajna. Externally, as a code of conduct, you should not be meditating in that event. Okay. But Lord Shiva, when Parvati asked Lord Shiva that, don't you understand that my father is there? So many people are there. This event is taking place, and you're sitting in samadhi. And that is where Lord Shiva tells Sati or Parvati that getting into a meditative trance is not in my hands. Whenever the Lord feels that, okay, I should allow him to enter into samadhi, that is the time when Lord sanctions the samadhi and the mind goes in trance. So Lord Vishnu allowed him to enter the trance, certainly because he wanted this to happen, so that Lord Shiva is taken away from this community of demigods who themselves are completely kamastasya ritagyan, filled with material desires. And at times they are so selfish. Gajendra past time you take Gajendra, what is happening? Gajendra is in serious crisis, and what are the demigods thinking? He didn't call me, he didn't welcome us, he didn't respect us, he's only calling Vishnu. Don't you see that he is in such serious crisis? He may lose his life. Rather than saving his life, what are you up to? You're trying to save your name, fame, prestige, position that he didn't call just because you're a demigod, appointed representative. Absolute selfish people. Absolute selfish. You go to 10th canto where Govardhan Puja is happening, they are not able to see that. And he showers such great amount of rain that it has never happened in this history. Could he have done this in Kamsa's palace? No, he can't. So people with similar drive are connected to authorities of similar drive. That's the point that I want to bring here. So Prabhupada is beautifully bringing out this point in regards to this demigod worship. That people with same drive are allowed to connect. So Krishna doesn't want to handle anybody and everybody. Krishna wants exclusive people. That's his nature. And we'll come to the point at the end of the session. But on the contrary, look at Lord Shiva, Sarvabhuta Surdeva. That is what he's been called here. Friend of all living entities. Now, even in this crisis, there is a tussle between Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu wants to make Lord Shiva famous as Nilkantha. He knows that he will drink and he can easily handle poison. Lord Vishnu is very confident about Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva wanted to make Lord Vishnu famous. How come? Because he wanted to show this halal is such great danger to the entire creation, even I cannot be saved. But just because I'll be chanting Ram Nam, this halal won't be able to damage me anywhere. So there is a tough competition going on between Vishnu and Shiva to show that he is great, devotee is great, or the Lord is great. That is why Sarva Bhuta Surit Deva. Through his example, Lord Shiva will be giving the glories of the holy name, and they'll be telling the entire world, why are you behind this foolish Amrit? Take this Amrit which can digest any kind of poison and give you immortality in the form of, just like I will get the name Nilkanta for all times to come, you will also be becoming eternal, immortal, just by taking this Ram Nam. What kind of poison of this Kali Yuga will harm you if you are constantly chanting Ram Nam like? So even in this dangerous condition, they both are behind what? To glorify each other. So so think that what is the mind of a devotee filled with and what is the mind of the Lord filled with. Thinking only about how to benefit the entire creation. Sarva Bhuta Surit Deva. So same applies to Lord Vishnu, same applies to Lord Shiva. Now, this difference in the mood can be seen in different multiple places. What is the difference between these demigods or the ordinary worshippers or the so-called moralist and the devotees of the Lord? The same event you can see even in sixth canto where the Vishnu Dutas and Yam Dutas are interacting with each other. The entire focus of Yam Dutas is what? Good, bad, Pap, Punya, he did right, he is wrong. No. And what is the focus of the Vishnu Dutas? Focus of Vishnu Dutas is only one thing, that Ajamil was constantly chanting the names of Lord Narayan. And once the person is chanting the names of Lord Narayan, nothing else matters, because the file is now handled by the Supreme Lord Narayan. He will think what to do, whether to send him to hell or to send him to heaven or to take him back or to keep him here or to send him to lower species. That is none of your business now. So where to focus will come from whom you learn and what you learn from that person. So this thing has to be made very clear, because even in devotee community we see devotees with different thought processes. Why? Because they have been learning or getting trained from somebody, and that person's influence is carried. Just like Yamdutas have a certain training pattern, Vishnu Dutas have a certain training pattern, and they both are presenting their training. What else are they presenting there? So whom you learn and from where you learn, it matters a lot. Now this again the same thing, poison, nectar, poison. Now this is not just happening there in one place. It can be seen everywhere. Poison and nectar arising from ocean, same place. Poison is also coming at the start and nectar will come at the end. But it's coming from where? It's the same Shir Sagar, the same milk ocean. So poison and nectar can exist in one home also. It doesn't necessarily, it doesn't mean that it has to be in one place. It can be at your home. Let's take an example from fourth canto. Suruchi and Suniti, Dhruva's pastime, famous. Suruchi, stepmother. Suniti, real mother. How are the words of Suruchi? Poison, absolute poison for Dhruva. And how are the words of Suniti for Dhruva? Absolute nectar. Same family members. In one house it is happening. How is the mood of Suruchi? Filled with pride that the king loves only me. Heart is filled with envy for Dhruva. Contrary, Suniti, totally humble. She knew very well that the king doesn't like her. Suruchi, she feels I am greater than Narayan. Dhruva, you perform tapasya, and Lord Narayan will appear. Then you tell Lord Narayan that I want Suruchi as my mother. You take, then he'll send you to me. You come into my womb, and then you get a new birth, and then you can sit on the lap of your father. So for Suruchi, Lord Narayan is just a person who can help increase her glory. But Suniti, she knew that there is only one person in this creation, Lord Narayan, who can help her. Her heart is absolutely filled with compassion, and contrary is totally pride and envy. So for one, Narayan is the absolute reality, and for other, it's just a person who can help you become great so that you can sit on the lap. So Narayan is who can help you solve temporary problem of what? Sitting on the lap of your father. But for Suniti, it is Narayan who can solve all your life problems. Forget about this petty problem of sitting on the lap of your father. Most of the time, petty problems take over our mind so badly that there are far more serious issues in life. We forget all that. And that is what Dhruva's story is all about. That one thing. But where did he hear that from? That is what matters. Dhruva didn't get trained by Suruchi. He got trained by Suniti. She could see good even in a bad situation, and that is where he said, go to Lord Hari, go to Lord Narayan. Where is this happening? In the same family members. Let's take one more example. Kamsa and Vasudeva. Both are philosophically astute. One just speaks philosophy, one practices philosophy. One wants to protect Krishna, one wants to kill Krishna. One is same inside out, one is same outside, inside and out, both different. Kamsa, when he came to know that Devaki is getting married, so much love, care, affection is showering on Devaki. Just to show the world I love my sister so much. But just one thought, one sound that is coming from the sky, saying that her eighth son will kill you, and everything is over. Nothing is same inside out. That same brother was showing such great affection is now ready to kill his own sister before the entire assembly. What? Same family. So nectar and poison in Kali Yuga are in same house, at times in same person. We'll come to that point also. And this is the nature of the material world that has been brought out here. What is this shloka, the purport that we read? Envy is so natural here. Thinking bad about others is so natural here. Once there was an exercise that was conducted in a company. All the team members were called and they were given a balloon. and they were told, blow, fill this balloon with air. Everybody filled, and after that they said that there is a pin kept near your table, and everybody got that pin, and they said, whoever balloon survives, or whoever has balloon in their hands, will get a hike in their salary, a double income salary. Everybody, as soon as they heard that they'll get double salary now, they started pricking each other's balloon. Why? So that only my balloon survives and I'll get double the salary. And at the end, nobody once balloon survived. Everyone pricked each other's balloon. They made sure that nobody balloon stays there. And at the end, when the manager told, if at all you would have thought as a whole team, not as an individual, we want individual progress. We don't want the whole family to progress, the whole company to progress. Everybody, if they could have held their own balloon, not using the pin, what would have happened? Everybody would have got a double hike. But I want to go ahead. I want to be seen at the top. Everybody should know that I am a good devotee. I am a pure devotee. I am a nice devotee. I do such nice kirtan. I do such nice seva. I give such nice classes, such nice deity tracing, such nice this and that. I want good labels. That is why Prabhupada is mentioning in this purport, samsara davanal, it is automatic. Davanal fire is automatic. Somehow two trees will rub against each other and there is a fire, and that will burn the entire forest. Same way, envy, lust, greed, anger is here on auto mode. You don't have to do much. It's very natural. Efforts are needed to do the good, to do the right. And that is what is shown here. The nature of the material world, which is filled with duality. Poison will also be there, nectar will also be there. We have to deal with both. We can't say, no, I only want poison. I only want nectar. I don't want poison. No. When you take a rose flower has soft petals on the top and thorns at the bottom. You'll have to handle both. Each person in this creation has soft side and thorny side as well. We need to learn how to deal with both sides. Nectar also, poison also. 37 shloka. Now Lord Shiva goes, after seeing the pitiable condition of the Devatas, he goes to Mother Bhavani. Shri Shiva Bhavachi, he is saying to her, what? Aho Bata Bhavani Eta. Bhavani is his wife. Aho Bata, see what pitiable condition these people are. Prajanam Pashya Vaishasam. Vaishasam means dangerous situation. Prajanam, all the living entities and the demigods. Shiro Mathan Adbhuta. He is saying by churning of this milk ocean, Kala Kutat Upastitam. Churning is happening in the ocean of milk, which is so pure, which is so nectarian. And what is coming out of this milk ocean? Kalakuta. Absolute contradiction. I mean, how can a milk ocean produce Kalakuta, the topmost of all the poisons? That is what is brought out here. Contradiction. Material world is filled with contradiction. And to deal with the contradictions of this material world, Krishna shows contradictory behaviors and contradictory qualities. Being the supreme personality of Godhead, he will go and beg forgiveness when he kills Kamsa. He falls at the feet of his father and mother, Devaki Vasudev, saying, sorry, for 11 years and 6 months I was not able to serve you. Please forgive us for this offense. Absolute contrary. And who is crying? Uddhav is crying in Canto 3, chapter 2 and 3. He is crying. The entire 2 chapters are on what? Krishna Leela, showing the contradictory behaviors of Krishna. So the ocean of milk is producing poison. Okay, and at the end it will produce nectar. Source is same, products are diametrically opposite. Milk is compared to pure, nectar, wholesome, nourishing. So many adjectives are used. But here that same milk ocean is emitting what? Poison. So good and bad are coming from the same ocean. Churning will produce both good and bad because this is a material ocean. Next chapter, 2 contradictory people will be coming out. Apsara will also be coming out and Lakshmi Devi will also be coming out. If you want Apsara, you will fall into bondage. If you want Lakshmi Devi, worship her to get Narayan, you will get liberation. One can give you liberation, one can keep you here in this material world. Again, Varuni and nectar, exactly opposite. One is taken by the Devatas, one is taken by the Asuras, because both have different likings. So, point here is our mind is also like this deep, vast ocean. It contains nectar, it contains poison. But we never understand this till it is churned. We can never at any given point of time say that I have understood my mind completely. Sorry. There is one shloka in Kena Upanishad, second chapter, third shloka. Yasyatma tasya matam, matam yasya na vedasya. One who thinks that I know everything actually doesn't know anything. Avidnyatam, vidnyatam, vigyatam, avigyatam. One who thinks I understand doesn't understand. One who thinks I don't understand, he understands. If you are thinking you know your own personality, forget about the world. If you are thinking you know your own personality completely, means you don't understand much about your own self. You still have a long time to go, because this ocean, mind is like ocean. It is so deep. It has so many samskaras of past millions and millions and millions of lifetimes. It has good and bad, both samskaras. So it will produce nectar and poison both. But to understand the reality, churning is must. And the churning happens only in difficult times. It doesn't happen in good times. When are we forced to exercise? When the doctor says, sir, now you have got BP and sugar, now you have to compulsorily exercise. That's the time when we take exercise seriously. Even not then, when the figures are going rapidly high, the sugar touches 300, 400. When the knees start shouting, I can't bend, I can't sit, I can get up, that is the time we go to a physiotherapist. That is the time we start churning what to do and how to do and when to do and how much to do. Whole life, why we avoid? Because we are afraid. Because what will come out, it is so uncertain and we are not ready to face the reality. Because churning the mind, not at all easy. Not at all easy. And nobody likes it. Take it in writing. Nobody likes it. Why? Because we have preconceived notions about our own self. I'm such a nice devotee. I'm such a loving devotee. I'm such a caring devotee. Everybody loves me. I love everybody. I don't have envy. I don't have hate. I don't have anger. I don't have greed, lust, anger, pride. Nothing. I'm good devotee. But sir, when you started churning, how many of us have this experience when we started chanting, and even now, all the dirt starts coming out. So many devotees say, I was better before chanting. Sir, you were bad before chanting. Or rather, you were worse before chanting. Only when you started chanting, hearing, and reading Prabhupada's books, the churning started. And in churning, all the dirty things came out. And it's starting breaking your image as a good person, which you don't like. And that is why most of the people don't chant. Because chanting means you need effort. Reading means you need effort. Hearing means you need effort. But the point, second point that is brought out here is efforts required for good and bad action are same, but the results will vary drastically. Exact same result will come up, poison and nectar. In real life, what matters is the end result. What do you want at the end of life? Poison or nectar? Tukaram Maharaj in one of his Abhanga he says, शेवटचा this गोड व्हावा. Lord, I want to make sure I may have to go through struggles in my life, but I want to make sure that my last day becomes very sweet by remembering you and peacefully leaving this body and going back to you. So let's all take our churning process seriously. Let the poison come out. Let's not be fearful of the poison. It will come. It's just a material product. And that is all what Anartha Nivritti is all about. I read a very nice story long back. I remembered that story. There was a group of boys who were playing in a forest area, and while playing, their ball it falls in a well. And as this ball falls in a well, they all come there and start shouting now how to play, how to play. So all this group of boys, they see a rope that is going down. They say, okay, somebody, if he goes down, he can get the ball. Now who will go? So they say, we'll go turn by turn. But then nobody gets ready. Then they say, okay, let's make a plan. Anybody who is entering the well, if he feels uncomfortable after a while, he can start shouting and we'll get him out because he's holding the rope and they'll be holding it outside. So we'll get him out. So, okay, then turn by turn, everybody goes. First boy goes and a very short pace, not he's everybody's seeing him. He's that close. He says, no, 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 get me out, get him out. Second goes little down and start shouting, oh, third goes little down and some bats come out. He gets so scared, comes out, no, no, get me out, get me out. Fourth goes a little down and he sees snakes, rattling noise. He says, no, no, get me out, get me out. Fifth goes, he goes a little down and he sees that there are so many worms and insects and they started biting. So, no, no, I can't handle, get me out, get me out. Everybody is, now there is one boy who is very senior. He says, see, we have to play and we have to get that ball out. We have no other way. So he says, how much ever I shout, don't get me out. How much ever I shout. And then they decide, okay, everybody's holding the rope because he's the final guy and they have hope that he'll get it. And he enters because now he has the experience of the past boys that till a certain level he knows what is going to happen. So he goes there, but after that level he starts getting scared. And as he gets scared, he wants to shout, but he says, let me see. But at a point, he loses his confidence. He starts shouting, get me out, get me out, get me out. But now the boys on the top, they remember that he has said, even if I shout, don't get me out, don't get me out. And they keep throwing the rope down. Now he is not ready for that. But now he himself has given the instruction that don't get me out. So they're getting him down, down. And he has to handle that trauma, that pain, that pressure, and so many things. So many insects are biting. This is happening, that is. I mean, he never thought that this well was so deep and so many things are there. But at a certain point, he lands there. And when he lands there, he is able to locate everything very properly because he has a torch. They have given him a torch. And when he sees, he finds that ball is there. And as he searches the torch around, he sees that there are so many boxes of jewels and gems and so many costly things. So he starts getting all those things, whatever he could pack. And he says, now get me out, get me out, get me out. And everybody's pulling him very because they understand that the ball is coming out. But they don't know that along with the ball, there are so many things. And everybody's so enthusiastic getting out. And he's also happy that I'm getting out, getting out. Life is just like this. When we enter our own deep ocean like mind, there will be bats, there will be animals, there will be insects, there will be something biting, there will be something poking, there will be something injuring you. But the more we learn to deal with all this, the whole set of gems and valuable things is waiting. That Krishna Prem is down there. But before that, we have to enter deep in understanding our own selves. And that entering is in a dark well. But when we carry a torch and a rope, things become more easier to deal with. We need that rope who's somebody we understand is holding on top. But the holding on top person has to be powerful enough to pull us back. And we have to be brave to take that risk. And they should also be brave enough to allow you to take that risk to enter deep in our ocean like mine. And that's what's happening here. Lord Shiva is speaking to Mother Parvati, seeking her permission for this very, very difficult task. It's a life-threatening task. And Mother Parvati gives him the permission to complete the task because she is very well averse to the capabilities of Lord Shiva. She knows what he can do and what he can't do. She has seen, she has the data, she has an experience of this person's capabilities, what he can do and what he can't do. So here is another lesson. Risk in life should be taken based on the previous track record of our personality or of somebody else. We should have always somebody who can get us out. Most of the time, we drive alone in life with no one to bring us back if we are trapped in a difficult situation. How many times do we think that, do I have somebody to get me out? Have we made that provision? Lord Shiva here is making his own provision. He knows Parvati. He has seen her. She's Mahishasur Mardin. Next month there will be Navaratri in India. He is very well aware. Both of them have a relation where they're discussing, should I go? And she will say no, that Shloka will come. I'll get to that point also. She says, no, why you need to go? And he'll give an argument. There is an argument. So we should have confidence in our own capabilities, no taking risk beyond our capabilities. Never. We need to be safe because we have an highest goal in life. We can't risk our lives. There is one very powerful story in India. It is always shared when the life of Shivaji Maharaj is spoken. Shivaji Maharaj had only around 50, 70 soldiers, and the Mughal Empire, they had around 10,000 soldiers. 700 versus 10,000 is quite a big number. And the decision has to be made what to do and what not to do. So one of the soldiers of Shivaji Maharaj said, I will die for you. And that is where Shivaji Maharaj corrects him. We have a huge mission. Dying is not our goal. Surviving is our goal. Most of the time, we do this mistake. Dying is not our goal. We want to live for Prabhupada. We want to live for the mission. We want to live as long as possible and serve the mission in the best possible way. For that, we need to have access to our own capabilities. That's very important. Do we have somebody who can hold our hands and get us out if in case we are in trouble? But there are cases also where there is no previous record of such great task and deeds being done. Just like Dhruva, 5 years old. But we forget that Dhruva had a person who gave him strong backing, Narad Muni. And who sent Narad Muni? Lord Narayan himself sent. Prahlad Maharaj, same thing. First, Lord Vishnu made sure that he has so much of strength by hearing divine Bhagavad Gita for a long time. And then the Lord appeared in his mind. Two things. He heard for a long time, mind was so strong, he could handle anything, and he did handle. Look at the life of Prahlad. What all he had to handle. The snakes, the elephant, the throwing, drowning, what not. How could he handle? Because he was strengthened initially. He had the support of Narad Muni. And every time the Lord would appear on the platform of his mind, he could feel the Lord. Krishna Graha Grihita Atma is what? He could feel the Lord. He could see the Lord on the platform of his mind. That facility was given. And then eventually he went through all the events and Lord appeared and then killed Hiranyakashipu. So we have to understand these two things. See, we have so many examples where two people are performing tapasya and they have produced the same results, same effect, but the end results are absolutely different because the backing is different, the orientation is different. Let's take example of Dhruva and Hiranyakashipu. Dhruva's tapasya and Hiranyakashipu's tapasya have produced same result effects. Devas are tormented here, devas are tormented there. All the three worlds are heated, all the three worlds are heated. Imbalance is created, imbalance is created. One goes to Vishnu, one goes to Brahma. But there is huge difference in the process of tapasya. Dhruva's tapasya is inspired by a Vaishnavi like Suniti. Hiranyakashipu is self-inspired. Dhruva is guided by Narad Muni. He is absolutely unguided, doing whatever he wants. One is based on a Vaishnava methodology. Second is absolutely whimsical. One is filled with bhakti aspects. Here is unwanted tapasya, torturing the entire world. And that's how the entire end results will shift. One is poison, one is nectar. Dhruva, material side also purified. He became sober and he became such a great leader that everybody loved him. Contrary, Hiranyakashipu, no purification, and he became so powerful, but at the same time, he became so arrogant, exploited everybody. End result, poison and nectar. So if you have a good coach, trainer, results will be excellent. Your material purpose will also be fulfilled, just like Dhruva got what he wanted. But being connected with the devotional process, the end result will be great. Dhruva going back to Godhead. On the contrary, Hiranyakashipu is killed. The point is, the factor of Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan has to be very clear. Even in Tapasya, if these things are not clear, end results won't make much sense. Like here, the Devas in the previous section, they are offering prayers to Lord Shiva, but actually, are their prayers or are they flattery? It is pure flattery. How? Because there is no purity of purpose. They want their own things to be done. They want only nectar. They are bothered. That is why they are praising Lord Shiva. Philosophically not sound. You read the praise, you will come to an understanding. Third, penance. What penance have they done to please Lord Shiva? Nothing. They directly go and tell Lord Shiva that please do this needful. And when the prayers, when the first three things are not in place, no purity of purpose, philosophical clarity is not there, penances are not performed, what prayers will come out? Only flattery. Get our work done. How to understand? Simple. Once the nectar comes out, has any of the demigods gone to Lord Shiva and told him, Sir, you drank poison, so now take this nectar also? What concern is shown to Lord Shiva after the work is done? No concern, absolute no concern. And Mother Parvati knew this. She knew the nature of these devas, and that is why she is saying in the 29th, in the 39th shloka, my dear Lord, your Atmaram, why you need to do all this? Ignore the subjects, ignore the jivas who are subjected to this mutual hatred in this material world. And that is where in the 38th shloka and 39th shloka is answering. 38 and 39 comes because Parvati is not at first pleased. He's saying this people will keep fighting. This is a mutual hatred. This places like this material world. Your Atmaram, you be happy. He says, no, 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 no. 38th shloka, he'll be saying, Asam prana paripsuna. Where everybody wants to protect his own life. Videyam abhayam hime. And I have to do something for their safety because they are dependent on. Etavani prabhurartho. I am the master. It is the duty of the master to protect. Yad dina paripalanam. To protect the suffering dependents. And same thing we can see. The duty of a master is very well done where? Let's take two contradictory examples. Chatushkumara cursing Jai Vijay. Lord immediately ran because he is the master. He understands that they are dependent on me. I have to save. He comes running there at the task. That is how he saves his dependent. On the contrary, you see Yudhishthira Maharaj, great devotee. But being a great devotee, we forget that he placed his own wife on bet. And because of that one stand, now the entire Praja who is dependent on Yudhishthira had to suffer, go through that whole torture. So we have to understand these things because it is the duty of the master, Yadina Paripalanam, to save the dependents. And that is where 39 shloka also Lord Shiva says, Prane Swe Prane Panti. Devotees protect others, sadhava kshana bhangure, even at the cost of their temporary lives. Baddha vaireshu bhuteshu, unnecessarily engaged in animosity. I know that. Mohiteshu atma maya. And here Lord Shiva is saying, I know that they are bewildered by the maya of the Supreme Lord. And who is that maya? That maya is none other than you, Parvati. It is under your influence, everybody is acting. So even it is not easy for Lord Shiva to convince his own wife. He thinks before he acts because he knows that there are many people who are dependent on him as well. Leader has to take risk considering the state of their dependents. Because in the absence of the master, the dependents may suffer more. So it is the master's duty to look into all this before he takes any decision. Just like we took the example of Yudhishthira Maharaj. His one decision of playing gambling put the entire Indraprastha at stake. All those who were staying in Indraprastha had to go through such torture of being now ruled by whom? Duryodhana. So here he is saying that the jivas here will be baddha vaireshu. There will be unnecessary animosity because mohiteshu atmamaya. They are bewildered by the maya. Now let's come to the final concluding part of this session. Now we all know that the jiva is bewildered by maya. Now who can release us from this maya? There is only one person, that is Srimati Radharani. And who has said this? This is the same couple, Shiv Parvati. In Brahma Vaivarta Puran, they are discussing. There is a whole section where Radharani appearance is given. And Parvati is asking, who is this Radha? I want to know about her. And for a moment, Lord Shiva is choked up. He can't speak because he knows that this personality named Radha is so kept hidden in the Vedic text that nobody can speak. And he says, he meditates on Lord Krishna and he takes permission from Lord Krishna. Should I disclose her? Because if I disclose her, it will be known to anybody and everybody. That is where Lord Krishna says, okay, you can tell about Radha. And he gives two meanings of the name Radha. Ra means giver, Dha means liberation. One who gives liberation is called Radha. Second, he says Ra Adhik Dha. One who Dhavati iti Radha. One who runs for Krishna's service is called Radha. Her life is for nobody else and for nothing else. It is only and only for Krishna Seva. And that is where coming Sunday we will be celebrating Radha Ashtami. So I'll speak for 10 minutes, some pastimes, and come to a conclusion in regards to the shloka. Just like there is one pastime which Rup Goswami quotes in his Padyavali text. There is one time when Radharani and Krishna are not able to meet at a given time, and Radharani is at her home, at her in-laws' place, and Krishna comes very close to the house, and he starts playing flute, and Radharani can hear. And when you hear Krishna's flute, it's really you can't hold yourself. And Radharani is feeling such great, intense pain of separation from Krishna, and her mother-in-law Jatila is sitting next to her, and they are doing some household work. And what to do, how to handle the situation. She's too much into it now. And that is the time when black bumblebee comes there. And Radharani sees that bumblebee and she starts shouting, "Oh, black bumblebee, Krishna." She calls over Krishna. Krishna is black. She tells that bee, "Oh, black bee, Krishna, why did you come here? Can't you see I am serving my husband?" And this is what Krishna is hearing now. And when Krishna hears this, then she starts speaking. She says, "I know you're attracted to my lotus-like face because you want to drink the honey. I know my face is lotus-like. But if you want more honey, then from here, there is another forest of Parijat flower. Go there and drink as much honey as you want." So now Krishna got the message that at this point of time, you come to this place where there is Parijat flowers, I'll meet you there. And when Krishna hears, he goes there, and at the afternoon time, they both meet there. So her entire existence is only and only, she understands Krishna so well. There are only two people who understand Krishna very well. One is Balramji and one is Radharani. Balramji will train us into purification process, and Balramji will hand us over to Radharani for Bhava Prakriya. That Bhava Shuddhi and Bhav enhancement is done by Radharani. That's her department. So we need both. We need Balramji also for training, and for Bhava development, we need Radha. Why? Because only she knows the mood of Krishna. Krishna is not happy in Dwarka. Read Krishna Charitra in Dwarka. The transition of Krishna from Vrindavan to Mathura is so painful, so painful. We feel that Krishna came, killed, and then he started. No, it is super painful for a boy of 11 years and 6 months to transit from a place to a new place which is absolutely diametrically opposite is not easy at all. Second thing, when Krishna comes to Mathura, he kills Kamsa. The Yadus gather around him and tell him that there was a Akashvani before your birth, that the eighth son of Vasudev and Devki will kill Kamsa, and that you have killed Kamsa makes you the eighth son of Vasudev and Devki, means you are no longer the son of Yashoda and Nanda. Can you imagine, for a child of 11 years and 6 months, he has spent his best days till 11 years with Nanda and Yashoda, and suddenly he hears that they are no more your parents, and Vasudeva and Devaki are your parents. Can you see the transition happening? That transition is super painful. There is only one person who was there with Krishna from his birth till the end, and that is Balaramji, and he is the one who helped him go through the entire transition. Without Balaramji, things would have been super difficult for Krishna, because Balaramji knew how Krishna is. He is not a diplomat. He is a simple cowherd man. He had to become diplomatic. He didn't like to become diplomatic. He had to become diplomatic. Nobody in entire Dwarka could understand Krishna's mood. Only two people, Balaramji and his mother Rohini, because they both were with him for 11 years, 6 months in Vrindavan. But there are certain things you can't tell Mother Rohini, that I'm feeling separation from whom? Radha. From whom? Lalita Vishaka. From the gopis. Even if she does understand, but what can she do? Because she has serious pressure from Vasudev, her own husband, that makes sure Krishna doesn't leave Dwarka. And that is why that famous pastime comes. When they are calling whom? Gargamuni, and telling him, calculate, Gargamuni, each morsel that the Vrajvasis have fed, let's pay them in gold and jewels and diamonds. Krishna is crying. I didn't do all this for that. Can you imagine the transition of Krishna? It's super painful. It's entire, because nobody understands who he is. There is only one person who knows. Radharan. What he wants, how he wants, what he likes, what he dislikes. The Dwarika Mahishis can never match Radharani. Can ever Krishna think of playing the tax collecting pastime with the queens of Dwarka? He is blocking the road and telling them, give me tax. They'll say, sir, you already are the king. You already are collecting tax from the entire population. What tax we will give? Who in Dwarka will allow this tax collecting pastime? Once somehow Krishna felt that he should play pranks with Rukmini, and she is falling unconscious. He wanted some rasa exchange, but this lady is not fit for that. And one time, there is pastime which Rup Goswami mentions. One time Rukmini felt that, okay, let me do what Krishna likes. And she goes from behind, and she has never done this, because her swabhav is absolutely different. Her nature is absolutely different. She goes from behind and embraces Krishna. And as soon as she embraces Krishna, Krishna feels that I am no more in Dwarka, I am in Vrindavan. And thinking that some gopi Radharani has embraced him, Krishna falls unconscious in the lap of Rukmini. It's because nobody understands what he wants, when and how. It's only Radharani who can understand. One time Rukmini and Krishna are sitting, and there is this intimate pastime that is happening, and they're talking very deeply about all different things. And Rukmini is in Krishna's lap, and Krishna is head is on her arm, and somehow while talking they sleep. They both go to sleep in each other's arms. Rup Goswami mentioning this. And we all know that Krishna has his habit of speaking in sleep. And all of them, both are sleeping, and Krishna starts speaking. And Krishna is shouting, who is there in Vrindavan who is spreading these rumors? No, shocked. Rukmini can't understand why he's shouting. And he's in sleep. He's shouting, who is spreading these rumors against me, that I went to Yamuna to fetch water because the Gopi Palika was coming there and I wanted to play sports with him? Who is there? He's shouting in sleep. And she's not able to understand. And after that, he's shouting, Radha Rani, don't trust anybody, don't trust any of these rumors, because I only love you and you. There is nobody else. And Rukmini is shocked. He says, yeah, I can understand that you loved somebody before we got married, but she said that I didn't know that you are still into all this. And then Rukmini Devi pats on Krishna's hand and says, dear sir, are you okay? Is everything all right? And Krishna, all of a sudden, he comes back to his senses. He's thinking, my God, what have I done? And Rukmini doesn't understand what's happening. So what makes Radharani so special? Because she knows what Krishna needs, how he needs, when he needs, how much he needs, and that she's the only person who can give the best. Can give the best. But even her possessiveness to Krishna can be damaging at times. Just like there is same story in this Brahma Vaivarta Puran. Lord Shiva tells this story to Mother Parvati. We all know the story. Virja and Krishna sitting, and Radharani comes there and sees Virja and Krishna sitting together very closely. And as soon as Virja and her Sakhis understand that Radharani is come, they all disappear. They all become different rivers, and we see all those rivers coming here in this material world. And she shouts at Krishna. And there is one Krishna's very close friend Sudama. He retaliates, trying to protect Krishna. So she curses Sudama. Now, after that anger, that wave of anger is somebody's mic is open. So when she comes back to her senses that she has cursed Sudama, she feels bad. See, when we love somebody, it's good. But in that wave of possessiveness, we forget that that person also is an individual. Radharani Swarat, the first shloka where the word Swarat comes, applies to both Radharani and Krishna. For Radharani, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says she is also Swarat. Why? Because she decides who will serve Krishna, when, where, and how. She is independent in deciding that. She will not allow any person to come close to Krishna if she finds that he is not capable. But in that nature of possessiveness, she forgets that Krishna is also Swarat. He can choose whomever he wants to be with. He can decide who can give him pleasure, how he can give him pleasure. Possessiveness damages, and that is why in Chaitanya Shikshastra, what is the last shloka? Ashlishyava padarta pinushtuma madarshana marmahatam karotu yata tatava vidadatu lampato mat pran. After that, what? Mat prananathas. You do whatever you like. I'll always be your obedient servant. I don't want anything from you. I just want to serve you. Even if you trample on me, even if you leave me, even if you don't come before me, it doesn't matter. My only life's desire and mission is to serve you. I don't want anything from you. And this is one quality. It comes in sixth canto also. I exactly don't remember the shloka, but there is one shloka in the sixth canto which says that if you want to purchase Lord Hari, this is the only one thing by which he can get easily purchased is selfless, loving service without any expectation. He is easily purchased. And that is what Radharani is showing through her example. And that is what Lord Chaitanya gave us. The same teachings, the same life of Radharani. What is Lord Chaitanya's life? It's nothing but the mood of Radharani, how she served, how she loved Krishna, how she is searching for Krishna, so many avenues she wants to create for Krishna's service. Gundija Marjan, so many devotees are engaged in what? Service to Krishna. That is what is the duty of Guru. And all the representatives, all the Gurus are nobody else than the representatives of Radharani. So we should always make sure that we respect our Gurujanas who are nothing but the direct representatives of Radharani. So serving Guru and respecting them is as good as serving Radharani and respecting Radharani. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Jai, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Such a wonderful class. You gave so many examples and so many pastimes, and wonderful. I love that we have to churn, and this churning process happens daily for us through our chanting and all that dirt should come out before we can actually get purified. So, Prabhuji, do you have time for questions?
Yeah, we have 5 minutes. We can take some.
Okay, okay. MMDD, Hare Krishna, would you like to ask? Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Mitravinda Mamtamai Devidasi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for such a beautiful and enlightening class. I had a question in regards to, you spoke about Hiranyakashipu and Dhruv Maharaj, like how the universe was suffocating, the demigods were tormented. So I had a question, since long, that Dhruv Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada writes that since, devotees' will is, always aligned with Lord's, and since Dhruv Maharaj stopped his breathing, the universe was getting suffocated. So how do we understand in the case of Hiranyakashipu, Prabhuji?
See, that is a mechanical process.
Mhm.
Anybody who follows the process can do the same things, nothing great. Similarly, like Hiranyaksha, how he was able to make the entire earth fall into ocean, because
Mhm.
he was able to collect so much of gold from different places that he kept at one place on the earth, that it lost its balance. So it's more of a science. If you follow the protocols, if you follow the process, you can get the same result. There is nothing great in that.
Okay.
It's a mechanical process.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Anybody?
Mamta Mataji, Mamtamai Mataji. Hare Krishna Bala Prabhu, please go ahead with your question.
Thank you, Mataji. Appreciate this class today, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. So, what would be the mood of a neophyte devotee on the path of devotional service? You beautifully said we need to take shelter of Balaramji, who in turn recommends you to Rukmani Mataji, so that he can associate with Krishna in that rasa. So, what would be the roadmap of that? Can you please shed some lights on that, please? Thank you.
The roadmap is that we have to have a guru to whom we surrender, because that's the first requisite to reach Krishna. Because we have impure ego, we want to purify the ego. Bhakti process is for purification of ego, from false ego to the real ego. This is our journey. Right now we have the false ego that I am this, I am that, I am great, I am whatever we have. I am rich, I am poor, I am good, I am bad, all this ego. So for that purification, you need to surrender. There you cannot apply your own process. Just like we took example of Dhruva versus Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu used his own process. So neither did he get completely purified, neither did he achieve a good end results. So when we surrender to Guru, we are first given a process which we have to seriously follow. Once you have reached the platform of real ego, that I am servant of Krishna and my only duty is to love and serve Krishna, that is the time then we will need the bhav. In what mood should I serve Krishna? What role should I be given in by which I can serve Krishna? And that bhava, that role is given by Radharani in Krishna Leela. Okay, so the journey is first take a guru who are representatives of Balramji. They will give you a process. By that process, you purify your false ego, convert it into a real ego of being a lover of Krishna. And once that love arises, then you will have to add bhava. In which bhav? Either you're a sakhi or a sakha or a gopa, or you're in parental mood, or you're in vatsalya mood in relationship to Krishna. Then that bhava vruddhi is done, and then you enter the eternal Leela of Lord Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anuradha Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat Pranam to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, when you were speaking about Radharani's possessiveness, you spoke a little bit like, the negativity of being possessive, but then you also transform it into a positive side. Can you please speak on that a little bit more?
Possessiveness is good, but in that possessiveness, we have to allow the person whom we love or whom we are possessed with to have his own freedom also. Our possessiveness should not constrict we should allow that freedom to flow in that entire relationship. Here, Radharani says that this is how it has to be. I can't see you with somebody else. It has to be only me. But being a lover, Krishna would like at some times to be with somebody else also. So we in relationship, we like somebody, we like that person, we want that person to be with us. It's a good thing. But that shouldn't hinder the natural flow of emotion of the person, considering that he may have some other likes and dislikes also. Krishna can be with anybody. Why only Radharani? If he wants, he can be with all of us at this point of time. He is Swarat, he is independent. So that independent factor has to be protected, has to be given to the person whom we love also. So that is what I said at the end.
So, Prabhu, I mean, we hear so many times that Radharani doesn't have any bad qualities, or there is nothing wrong with Radharani. So that's why my mind was getting confused. Is it for us to learn? Because she
Yes.
knows.
Yes.
Because she is even, I mean, even on higher scriptures, we have heard that, Radharani is okay to give up Krishna to anybody. And
Yes.
and also Ashlishava Padiratam, as you quoted, is Radharani's mood only. So is
Yes.
it for just us, and exactly
Yes.
does not apply on, yeah.
Yes, it is for us. Even Ras Leela, where Krishna leaves Radharani and the gopis, is for us to learn that in a relationship, we have to make sure that there is nothing called as superiority. Gopis felt that, oh, we are so great that Krishna is with us. When you feel that you're superior, the relationship will lose its charm because you feel that they are dependent on me, I am not. And once the dependency factor is lost, there is no sweetness in the relationship. Dependency makes the relationship more sweeter. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. I know that you said you have only 5 minutes. There's still one more hand raised, Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Sudhakar Prabhu, please go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very nice lecture. I just want to clarify my understanding on one point which you emphasized today is about the churning process. Is my understanding right that chanting the Harinam is sort of a churning process?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, that is also a churning process.
Okay. Yeah, thank you,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, that is.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us today. Let us offer our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha
Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Namo Namah.
Vaishnavrind ki jai.
Jai.
Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
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 All the assembled
Jai.
devotees ki jai. Thank you so much,
Jai.
all of you.
Jai. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
yes, my God, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Radhe Radhe.
Jai.